Welcome students in the organic chemistry online lecture series. Today in this video we are going to study this point, that is pyranose form of this D-fructose. In last few videos we are studying the ring structures of carbohydrates. So we have seen a lot of ring structures, say for example a ring structure of D-glucose, ring structure of ribose, etc. So in that series today we are going to study about the ring structure of the D-fructose. So first of all we'll see the pyranose ring structure of the D-fructose. Now you know D-fructose is in the class of ketohexoses, right? It is the ketohexoses. Okay, so ketohexoses means this has a keto group, C double bond O group, and hexoses will indicate that there are 6 carbon atoms. So first of all, to draw the uh, ring structure of ketohexoses, we need to remember the structure of D-fructose. So first of all, I will draw here the structure of D-fructose. So this is the structure of D-fructose. Say CH2OH, this is the first carbon. Then this C double bond O, this is the second carbon. Okay. Then there are 3 other carbons like this. I will draw here. So the first carbon is having OH group on this side. Then this is having OH group on these sides. So here is hydrogens and here is a hydrogen. And the last carbon is also a CH2OH. So total there are 6 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So to remember the structure of D-fructose, you just remember that carbon number 1 is CH2OH and carbon number 6 is also CH2OH. In between at 2 position there is a free carbonyl group, and at carbon number 3rd the OH group is on left hand side, and carbon number 4 and 5 has OH group on right hand side. So you know the carbon which is second last carbon from the bottom has hydroxy group on right hand side, so it is the D fructose. Okay, so this is the structure of D fructose. Now to obtain its a pyranose form, you know pyranose is 6 membered oxide ring, you know very well now. It is a 6 membered oxide ring is known as pyranose. Okay, so to draw the pyranose form of this D fructose, what we need to do, see here. Now at 2 position there is a free carbonyl group. So if we have to obtain a 6 membered oxide ring, then we must attack this hydroxy group which is present on carbon number 6 on this free carbonyl group. Okay, so if we attack this on this carbonyl group, then only there is a formation of a 6 membered oxide ring. So in this way I will draw the structure CH2OH. Okay, now at this position there is a formation of hydroxy group on this side. Okay, and rest of the 3 carbons I will draw as it is. So H, OH, OH. Okay, here is a OH, here is a hydrogen, hydrogen, and the last CH2 as it is, and there is a formation of this bond between this second carbon and this 6 carbon. So this structure is known as alpha D fructopyranose. Now you know very well why this isomer is known as alpha anomer, because this OH group is on right hand side, that's why it is alpha anomer. And this carbon, you know, it is known as anomeric carbon because it is attached to 4 different groups, so it is anomeric carbon. And if the hydroxy group of anomeric carbon is on right hand side, then that particular anomer is known as alpha D fructopyranose, or it is known as alpha anomer. Now as like alpha anomer we can draw a beta anomer. We just have to draw this hydroxy group on the left hand side, rest structure will be as it is. So CH2OH will be as it is. Now this second carbon will have hydroxy group on this side, so this is anomer. So rest of the structure is as it is. So I will draw this structure as it is. So here is a hydrogen, and these two are the OH groups. So hydrogen, hydrogen and OH, and finally this CH2, and there is a bond between this carbon and this carbon. Okay, so this is the structure known as beta D fructopyranose. So once again I will explain how we can obtain oxide ring structure of this D-fructose. So if we have to form a 6-membered oxide ring, that is pyranose form, then we need to attack by this hydroxy group which is present on carbon number 6 to this free carbonyl group which is of carbon number 2. So in this way there is a formation of these two anomers. If the hydroxy group is on right hand side of this anomeric carbon, then the anomer is known as alpha anomer, and if the hydroxy group is on left hand side, then the anomer is known as beta anomer. So these two are the alpha D fructopyranose and beta D fructopyranose structures of this D fructose. Now as we have seen in the earlier videos that this Fischer projection formula does not suit for oxide ring structure forms of this carbohydrate, so we need to draw these structures into the Haworth form and the chair form. So we will draw the Haworth form of this alpha D fructopyranose and the Haworth form of this beta D fructopyranose over here. So to draw the Haworth form, I will draw first a ring structure here in this way. So I will draw the ring structure first. So this will be for this alpha D fructopyranose, and I will draw another ring structure for this beta D fructopyranose. So in this way I have drawn the ring structure. Then I will draw the bonds here in this way. Okay, these are the bonds. So here also I will draw the bonds over here. Okay, okay, it is very simple. Now from this structure, this Fischer projection, will draw the groups in this Haworth form. Now you know that the groups which are on right hand side of the Fischer projection, these groups you have to draw below the plane of this Haworth ring. So we start from this. There is a carbon number 1, this is CH2OH. So you will see this is carbon number 1. So this group will be at this position. Then another, this carbon will be the anomeric carbon. Okay, so I will draw it like this, and this hydroxy group will be on right hand side, so it will be down the plane. Then rest of the structure I will draw in the same way. The groups which are on right hand side, I will draw them below the plane. Okay, so in this way I have drawn the groups which are below the plane. Now I will draw the groups which are on left hand side. That groups I have to draw above the plane. So in this way this will have hydroxy group and all other will have hydrogens, and finally here also hydrogen and here also hydrogen. So this is alpha D fructopyranose. Okay, so it is very simple to draw the Haworth form of this alpha D fructopyranose by observing this Fischer projection form. Now in the same way I will draw the beta D fructopyranose, just the difference is on this anomeric carbon. Here this CH2OH group is downward and hydroxy group is upward. Rest of the atoms have the same position as like alpha anomer. So I will draw the rest of the atoms like this that I have drawn in the alpha anomer. So in the same way I will draw other atoms in this form. So this will be the beta D fructopyranose. Okay. So in this way we can draw the alpha D fructopyranose and beta D fructopyranose form of this D fructose in the Haworth form. Now we'll draw how to draw the chair form of this alpha D fructopyranose and beta D fructopyranose. So we'll see that. Okay, now from this Haworth forms of this alpha D fructopyranose and Haworth form of this beta D fructopyranose, we can draw their corresponding chair forms. Okay, so to draw the chair forms, I will draw first a chair here. So in this way, we'll draw the chair. So how to draw the chair, you can observe here. So this is one chair. Then I will draw another chair here. Okay, so this is another chair. So in this way you can draw the chair. Now you know each chair form has axial and equatorial position. Now this is axial bond, this is equatorial bond. Okay, so again this is axial bond, this is equatorial bond. Okay, this is equatorial bond, this is axial bond, this is axial bond, this is equatorial bond, and this is equatorial, this is axial. So in this way, for this chair also we can draw the axial and equatorial bonds. So this is axial, this is equatorial, equatorial, axial. Okay, then axial, equatorial, equatorial, axial. Okay, so in this way I have drawn the equatorial and axial bonds to this chair form. Now how to draw the groups? Now you see this Haworth form, we just have to follow a simple rule. The groups which are below the plane of this Haworth form, the groups you have to draw in chair form also in the below side. Okay, so suppose for example this OH group is below the plane of this ring, and here also OH group will come below the plane of the ring. So I will draw here. So consider this CH2OH first. So this is above the plane of this ring, so it will be in chair form also, it will be above the chair. Okay, now this OH is below, so here will be OH. Similarly this OH is above, so here this OH will be here. This hydrogen is below, so hydrogen will be below. This hydrogen is above. Okay, so this hydrogen will be here. This OH is below, so OH will be below. Similarly this OH is below, so it will on equatorial position. Hydrogen is above, so it will be above, and these two hydrogens will be like this. So in this way this will be the chair form of this alpha D fructopyranose. It is very simple. What you have to do, you just have to see whether the groups are below the plane of this Haworth form or they above the plane of this Haworth form. The groups which are below the Haworth form, same groups you have to draw below this chair form. Now in the same way we'll draw the chair form of this beta D fructopyranose. Now here OH group is above, so OH group will draw above. Now CH2OH group is below the plane, so here also we'll draw it below. Now here OH group is above, so I will draw OH here, hydrogen here. Same thing you have to follow, rest of the structure will be as it is. Okay, so in this way you can draw the beta D fructopyranose. So this is beta D fructopyranose form of this D fructose. So this is all about the ring structures of the D fructose. So what we have done initially, from the open chain Fischer projection form of D fructose, we have drawn their oxide ring formula in the Fischer projection, but Fischer projection doesn't look proper, so we have drawn them in Haworth form. So how to draw the Haworth form from Fischer projection? That is very simple. The groups which are on left hand side, that group you have to draw below the plane of Haworth ring, and the groups which are on left hand side you have to draw them above the plane of the Haworth ring. Similarly from Haworth formula we can draw a chair form. Same rule you have to follow. The groups which are below the plane of Haworth ring, you have to draw them below in the chair form as well. So in this way we can draw the chair form, Haworth form, all these oxides form of the D fructose. Okay, so this is all about the ring forms of the D fructose, and this was the pyranose form of D fructose in their Haworth form as well as in chair form. So this is all about it. So in today's video we'll stop here, and we'll meet in the next video of this carbohydrate series with new concept. So have a nice day. Thank you.